If you're someone who wants a successful life, there's one decision that changes everything: waiting for one day or starting on day one. The difference between the life you dream of and the one you're stuck in comes down to a single choice. Every goal, every breakthrough, every transformation begins with one uncomfortable step. Waiting feels safe, but it keeps you stuck.
Starting feels hard, but it builds momentum. These words aren't just meant to inspire you, they're meant to make you take action. The future doesn't arrive, it's created, and it starts with what you do today. Every morning you awaken, you face life's most defining decision. Will today be just another one day, or the beginning of your day one? Most people never realize how close they are to transformation because they're paralyzed by inaction. Through years of studying self-made millionaires, entrepreneurs, and visionaries, one truth rises above all. Success is never accidental. Wealth is not luck. It is the predictable result of intention, discipline, and decisive action. The difference between scarcity and abundance is not always circumstance. It's mindset, choices, and consistency. This isn't theory, it's the lived reality of those who've made the journey from nothing to everything. In this message, you will not only see the mindset shifts that lead to wealth, but also the practical principles that make financial success inevitable for those who begin now. Becoming rich isn't about chasing money blindly. It's about building a mindset rooted in purpose, and then following through with relentless discipline. At the core of every wealthy person's story is a single decision to break free from conventional thinking. Rich individuals don't wait for external permission or perfect timing. They understand that action is the spark and momentum is the fire. They begin small, often invisible to the world, but they never stay small for long, because they compound every step forward. Success is cumulative. The journey to wealth begins not with inheritance, luck, or genius. It begins with clarity. What do you want? Why do you want it? And what are you willing to give up to get there? Clarity fuels direction. Without a clear vision of what financial freedom looks like to you, every distraction becomes a detour. The rich define success with precision. The number, the timeline, the steps. Vague intentions create vague results. When you define your financial goals clearly, whether it's building a business, investing in real estate, developing high-income skills, or mastering markets, you move with purpose. The wealthy know that money is a result, not a goal. The goal is value creation. Wealth follows those who solve problems and deliver results. In a world full of noise, those who focus become rare and the rare become valuable. The problem of unreliable taxis. Airbnb solved the problem of expensive hotels. Spotify solved the problem of inaccessible music. None of these were born from pure invention. They were born from clear observation and a relentless desire to serve others better. Also, wealthy individuals play the long game. While the masses look for fast profits, the rich invest with a 10 or 20-year vision. They are not addicted to immediate gratification, trade short-term pleasure for long-term power. This shows in their investment philosophy, their business strategies, and their personal habits. They understand compound interest, not only in money, but in effort, reputation, and trust. One seed planted today may bear fruit in a decade, but they plant it anyway. That patience is a form of intelligence few develop. Learn to delay rewards. Master the art of building foundations that will outlive temporary excitement. And let's not ignore the role of emotional mastery. Wealthy individuals train their emotional muscles just as much as their intellect. They remain calm in chaos. They resist panic in market crashes. They avoid impulsive purchases, reactive arguments, and emotional business decisions. Emotional control protects capital. When everyone else is driven by fear or greed, the rich operate on principle, data, and discipline. Train yourself to remain grounded when emotions run high. This one skill will protect you from 1,000 bad decisions. Finally, many rich people embrace a sense of duty, not just for their own future, but for those around them. They see their financial success not just as personal triumph, but as responsibility. To create jobs, to mentor, to leave behind a legacy that transcends personal pleasure. If you can attach your financial goals to a purpose larger than yourself, you will tap into an unstoppable force. Because when your reason to win becomes about more than you, failure is no longer an option. Discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. It's showing up when it's hard, when motivation fades, when results are slow. Many dream of being rich, but few are willing to embrace the price. The rich do what others won't wake earlier, study longer, risk more, persist further. They don't chase quick wins. They build habits. Every wealthy person you admire once sat where you sit, facing the same doubts, fears, and temptations to quit. But they didn't. They understood that consistency, even in silence, compounds like interest. Wealth doesn't respond to hype, it responds to hustle. Risk is inevitable, but so is growth. The rich aren't reckless, they're calculated. They understand that safety never built empires. They study the game, they learn the rules, and then they play to win. Comfort zones are prisons disguised as paradise. Staying safe might keep you from failing, but it will also keep you from flying. Every financial leap you admire began with uncertainty, but the rich trust their capacity to adapt. They don't avoid fear, they master it. You must embrace discomfort as the price of elevation. One of the most overlooked secrets of wealth is leveraging limited resources to produce unlimited outcomes. Time, money, skills, relationships, these are tools. The wealthy think differently. They ask, how can I multiply my effort? Rather than how hard must I work? They build systems. They delegate. They automate. They invest in assets that earn while they sleep. They buy freedom with wisdom. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter, directing energy into exponential returns. Mindset is the foundation. If you believe wealth is for others, you'll sabotage your progress. If you think money is evil, you'll resist abundance. The rich rewire their beliefs. They see money as a tool for good, a magnifier of values, a passport to impact. They know that being broke is temporary, but thinking poor is permanent. Shift your thinking and you shift your outcomes. The moment you believe you deserve more is the moment you begin to attract more. Not by magic, but by action aligned with belief. Every rich person invests first in themselves, then in vehicles that grow their wealth. Knowledge is the gateway. Learn about money, study business models, master negotiation, read, ask questions, seek mentors. The rich aren't smarter, they're more curious. They ever stop learning because they know that every new insight becomes a potential breakthrough. The best investment isn't the stock market, it's the 6 inches between your ears. The more you grow, the more you earn. Wealth begins in the mind and ends in your bank account. Relationships matter. Wealth is not a solo journey. The rich surround themselves with thinkers, builders, doers. They cut out the critics and amplify the encouragers. Proximity is power. Who you spend time with will either drain you or develop you. Build your network with intention. Learn to add value first, and opportunities will follow. The rich know that collaboration beats competition. Align yourself with those who've walked the path you wish to walk. Learn from their scars and avoid their mistakes. Generosity is not just a result of wealth, it's a pathway to it. The wealthy understand the principle of flow. What you give, you multiply. Contribution creates connection, and connection creates opportunity. Help others rise, and you rise with them. Give without expectation, serve with excellence, and watch how abundance finds you. Wealth without purpose is empty. But when your money serves a mission, it expands. And one more thing, ownership. The wealthy seek ownership, not just employment. They want equity, not just salary. They build brands, products, portfolios. They create things that live beyond them. Ownership multiplies effort and creates legacy. While others trade time for money, the rich buy assets that appreciate. Whether it's a small e-commerce store, a stock portfolio, a piece of intellectual property, it's not about size. It's about building things that work for you even when you sleep. Ownership is not optional, it's essential. Above all, the rich begin. They don't wait. They don't talk themselves out of the dream. They take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's messy. Momentum rewards movement. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. Because action creates clarity, and clarity creates wealth. The rich are not waiting for the stars to align. They're building rockets, and launching today. Now is your time. Not next month. Not when the economy improves. Not when your fears disappear. Now. Because hesitation costs more than failure. Regret weighs heavier than effort. And the richest people in the world are not the ones who avoided mistakes. They're the ones who acted despite them. Every hour you delay is a compound opportunity lost. Your dreams don't need more planning, they need momentum. So define your vision. Get specific. Where do you want to be financially in 5 years? What lifestyle do you want to live? What freedom do you crave? Map it. Break it into steps. Identify the skills you need to learn, the people you need to meet, the systems you need to build. Then act ruthlessly, consistently, passionately. Ignore the doubters. Silence the inner critic. Let results speak louder than fear. Understand that wealth is a process, not a jackpot. You will fail. You will face setbacks. You will question everything. But you must persist. Because the only guarantee is this. If you quit, you lose. If you persist, you evolve. And in that evolution, you become the person who not only earns wealth, but sustains it, multiplies it, and shares it. Becoming rich is not reserved for the chosen few, it's claimed by the committed. It's not a destination, it's a discipline. Every day you choose growth over comfort, clarity over confusion, action over delay. You step closer to that financial freedom. You were not born to survive, you were born to create, to build, to expand. Wealth is not about greed, it's about greatness. It's about becoming all you are capable of being. So today, ask yourself this. Will I let another day pass with my dreams on hold? Or will I rise, act, and commit? Will I be the person who waits for the right time, or the one who makes time right? Remember, there is no elevator to riches. You climb, one disciplined, focused, courageous step at a time. Start now. Learn, invest, network, build, adapt, grow, repeat. That's the formula. Not glamorous, not overnight, but it works. And if you stay the course, if you persist when others quit, if you believe when no one else does, the wealth you once dreamed of will become the life you live. Not by accident, but by decision. The decision to begin. The decision to never stop. The decision to make day one today. Becoming rich is not about chasing money, it's about chasing meaning. It's about building something bigger than yourself. It's about waking up with purpose and going to bed with Peace, it's about becoming someone you're proud of, someone your younger self would admire and your future self will thank. Wealth is not the destination, it's the byproduct of alignment, of living in your truth, with intention, action, and passion. So here's the challenge. Look at your life today not with judgment, but with clarity. What habits are stealing your potential? What thoughts are caging your ambition? What decisions have you been postponing? Face them, own them, change them, because nothing changes until you do, and no one else is coming to save you. You are the hero. You are the architect. You are the force. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Build discipline instead. Don't hope for things to get easier. Train yourself to get stronger. Don't dream of wealth. Design it. You already hold the tools. You've always had the power. Now is the time to use it. So when the world asks you, when will you start? Your answer should not be soon or maybe. Your answer is simple. Now, because today is not just another day. Today is your day one.